These are the Nothing headphone ones, and I'm not gonna lie guys, this might be the perfect over-the-ear headphones for beginners or for someone who doesn't want to drop a ton of money. In order for some over-the-ear headphones to be the best for beginners, they need three things. Let me explain real quick. Number one, you need decent sound. Number two, they cannot be $400 to $550. And number three, they need to have those same premium features that you see on the $400 to $550 pair of over-the-ear headphones. And to be completely honest, the Nothing headphone ones do check all those boxes. And if you're new here, my name is Ray. I do lifestyle and tech content just like this one. The goal is to hit 10K by the end of the year. If you want to be part of the journey, hit the subscribe button. The Nothing headphone ones cost $300, which was honestly one of the biggest surprises when it came to these over-the-ear headphones. And to put it into perspective, they are $100 less than the XM5s, $150 less than the XM6s, and a whopping $250 less than the AirPods Max, which is a pretty decent price difference when you compare it to some of the more popular over-the-ear headphones out there. Not to mention how unique and different they look, which is probably my favorite part about these headphones. Now, there's no in between with these headphones. You either love them or you either hate them because of the unique look that they have. Now, a lot of people are saying that they have a retro look, which I completely agree with, and they also include the transparent aesthetic that Nothing is known for. When you look at the headphones from the outside, that's when you get to see the circular transparent design that has quite a few details inside. Looking at it right away, you can tell the design looks like the back of a Nothing phone with all the little details around it, like Nothing headphone ones red in black and sound by Kev, which we're gonna get to in a second. Then we have a red and white square on the ear cups, letting you know that red is for the right side and white is for the left side. Funny thing too, when they are on the case, they're actually backwards, so you have to take them out, turn them around so you can put them on correctly. And if you're still watching, drop a heart so I can thank you personally. The headphones are also pretty high quality. I mean, they are made out of high quality aluminum. They also have plastic, so not everything is aluminum, but even though they have plastic, it still feels super nice. I will say though, one of the downsides is that they scratch super easy. I already have a few scratches and I have no idea how I got them. They do come in two colors. On the black color, it's pretty easy to see when you're really close. So on the black one, when you're close, they are easy to see. I don't know how it will be on the lighter version, but I'm imagining it's a lot easier to spot them on because of the color being a lot lighter. The Nothing headphone ones also has about 5 buttons. On the right side, the top button also doubles as a slider, so you can use it to control the volume. So put the volume up, put the volume down. Press it once and it pauses the music, and if you press and hold, it allows you to switch in between noise cancellation and transparency mode. And the one at the bottom is a paddle that will allow you to hit the next track or the previous track. And in apps like Spotify or Apple Music, if you hold one way, it'll allow you to fast forward, and the other way will allow you to go back, which I thought was pretty cool. It's still on the right side. On the top right corner, there's a single button that's a customizable button, so you're able to go on the Nothing app and assign it different things. But by default, when you press it, it activates whatever voice assistant you have on your device. And right at the bottom, you have your on and off button or your slider, and then right next to it, you have your USB Type-C and your headphone jack. And your last button is actually inside of the ear cups at the bottom. This one is your Bluetooth button, so you are able to use it to pair with other devices. And with these headphones, you are able to have it paired to 2 devices at once, so having more never hurts. So we only have physical buttons, no touch controls, none of that touch messing up or your touch not registering, only physical buttons, which I think is a pretty good move by Nothing. In terms of how they fit and how comfortable they are, I can confirm that they actually do feel pretty good. They're super easy to adjust. The band is also super flexible, and the ear cups are actually pretty comfortable. And they do have some weight to them, and it makes sense because of the build quality. They come in at 338 grams, so they are heavier than something like the XM6s and the XM5. But even with that weight, they still feel pretty good to wear for long hours. I personally wear them for work or when I'm sitting down editing for a few hours, and they still feel quite comfortable. Another cool thing about them is that the ear cups actually rotate, so you're able to let them rest on your neck, which is something that a lot more over-the-ear headphones should have, but they don't. Shout outs to Nothing for actually adding this. I don't know why other over-the-ear headphones don't have it. It's actually a quite convenient feature. Now, one thing that NKVHD mentioned on his video, and I didn't think we were gonna get anything like this, especially for the $300 price, is the fact that you're not able to fold them all the way up like the XM6s, for example. And maybe in the second version, we'll get something like this. Nothing, if you're watching, that'll be really cool, but I don't think a feature like this will be a deal breaker for people when it comes to making their buying decision. Something else that surprised me a little bit is the battery life, and when you look at it from the noise cancellation standpoint, nothing claims you will get 35 hours of playtime, which is nothing crazy, pretty standard. But without noise cancellation, nothing claims you actually get 80 hours of playback time, which is actually crazy. And I have been using them pretty often for the past few days, and my battery just hit 65%. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. So the battery has been super solid for me, at least by 80 hours is actually crazy. Now, talking about noise cancellation, first of all, when you put them on, the noise isolation already does a pretty decent job. You put them on and the noise isolation already blocks a little bit of the car noise and some of the noise that's around you. Now, pair that with noise cancellation when you're playing music and all of a sudden you're not able to hear conversations and things that are around you, it does a pretty decent job at blocking most of the car noise and even some construction depending on what it is. So the noise cancellation is actually pretty decent. I did try the AirPods Max and the XM5s before, and the noise cancellation on the Nothing Headphone ones is not quite as good as those yet, but it still does a pretty good job. Now, when it comes to the transparency mode, to be completely honest, I haven't been using it as much anymore. I used it at the beginning for the testing phase quite a bit, and I thought it was all right. Even when my music was pretty low, I didn't think it was as good. And yet again, comparing the transparency mode on the Nothing Headphone ones to something like the one on the XM5s or the AirPods Maxes, it's just not quite there yet. It's something that Nothing can definitely improve for the next version. Now, when it comes to the sound, it's actually pretty balanced, leaning a little bit more towards the bass side. I mean, the app has an option for you to enhance the bass, which I really like a lot. And if you're someone who's looking to get more control of how the sound sounds, the app does give you options for you to do that. I mean, you already have a few presets in place, whether you want more bass, more tremble, or more voice. And if you feel more adventurous, it's actually an advanced option that gives you a lot more variety when it comes to sound control. And Nothing has been doing a really good job with their app. Not only will you be there to play around with the sound, but you will also be there to customize your buttons as well. So in the app, you're gonna be able to switch in between your different noise cancellation options and transparency mode. Also, spatial audio is an option with these headphones. Customizing your button is also super easy within the app. In devices, you even have a low lag mode and over the ear detection, and like I said before, you are able to connect this to two devices. So in the app, you will be able to check that out as well. Now, from the way they sound to noise cancellation, spatial audio, transparency mode, all the features that you have and all the customizations that you're able to use on these over-the-ear headphones in 2025 for $300, that's actually really good. Now, you are always able to get something better. Yes, you can get something better, but then you'll be looking at spending $100+ for another pair of over-the-ear headphones. So like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're someone who's not looking to drop $400+ on a solid pair of over-the-ear headphones, then these ones will not disappoint you. Plus, like I mentioned earlier, they did a collaboration with Sound by Kev, and they specialize in really high-end speakers, and they definitely help make this sound the way they do. And that's pretty much everything that I have for you guys today. Let me know how you guys feel about the Nothing Headphone ones, and if you want to know anything in particular. We're cooking a lot more videos. Hope you stay for the journey, and if you do, see you in another video. Peace out.